morning, class. How are you this morning? Okay, it's good to hear that. Now, before anything else, requesting everybody to please stand for our prayer. Amen. Okay, before you take your seats, please arrange your chairs properly. Pick up some pieces of papers if there are any, and settle down quietly. So, are you now settled, class? Okay, very good. Now, before we proceed, may I know first who is absent this morning? Okay, it seems that all of you are present and ready to participate today. So because of that, let's give ourselves a round of applause. Okay, so now class, before we proceed to our new lesson this morning, we will read first our classroom rules for us to be able to have a harmonious and peaceful class discussion. Am I clear? Okay, so here is our classroom rules. Please read this. So class, our classroom rules stands for magic. Okay, so M stands for mind your manners at all times. A stands for always listen and participate. G stands for give respect to every speaker. I stands for include creativity in every activity. And C stands for cooperate to keep the class magical. So class, as we go through our class discussion this morning, I want you to obey the following classroom rules for us to be able to have a peaceful and harmonious classroom. So can I count on you, class? Okay, it's good to hear that. Okay, so now class, before we proceed to our new lesson this morning, let us have first a short review of our past discussion. So last meeting, we talked about what? Yes, we read the poem entitled, First, a Poem Must Be Magical by Jose Garcia Villa. Now, to test if you really understand the poem, let us have first a short activity. So this activity is called, recall the magical lines. So class, listen carefully because this is what we are going to do. So here, I will be flashing some selected lines from the poem. And those lines have their missing words. And all you have to do is to supply the missing words of each line. Am I clear? Okay, very good. So let us now start. First line. Okay, if you want to answer, just raise your hand. First, a poem must be. What's the answer? Yes, okay, the answer is magical. First, a poem must be magical. Now, second line. Okay, the musical as a blank. What do you think is the answer? Yes, the answer is seagull. The word is seagull. The musical as a seagull. Next line. It must be a brightness blank. Okay, the answer is moving. It must be a brightness moving. And for the last line, everybody read. And hold secrets of birds blank. What do you think is the answer? Okay, the answer is and hold secrets of birds flowering. So it seems more that you can really recall those words that can be found in the line in the poem entitled First, a Poem Must Be Magical. Now class, I have a question for you. So upon reading the poem, what kind of poem did the poet describe? Upon reading the poem last meeting, what kind of poem did the poet describe? Anyone? Yes? Okay, the poet described what? So the poem should be magical and beautiful. Very good. So the poet there emphasizes the idea of what a poem looks like. Now class, what do you remember about the message of the poem? Okay? Based on what you read, what can you still remember it? What is the main idea of the poem? Yes, exactly. This tells us that the poem must be magical and musical. Very good. It seems that you really understand the poem and its meaning. So now, let us discover how the poet sang and rhythm to make the poem musical and expressive. But before anything else, let us have first another activity. So this activity class is what we are going to do. I will be flashing again another selected lines from the poem, and you have to listen carefully because I will read those lines here in front, and your task there is to tap your armchair while I am reading the poem for you to be able to feel the beat. That's the purpose of this activity, para ma-feel na to, if not by beat ang poem, kung ato siyang basahon in a clear and loud way. Am I clear? Class? Okay, so let us now start. Okay, again, as I'm reading the poem, all you have to do is to tap your chair slowly while I am reading this book. Okay? Let us now start. It must be slender as a bell and hold fire as well. Okay, again. It must be slender as a bell and hold fire as well. Okay. So now, class, what did you notice while clapping? No, apart while I am reading here and you're clapping there, what have you noticed while doing the activity? Yes, exactly. The lines have a beat. Very good. Now, did the lines have a beat or rhythm? Okay, your answers are both. So, upon tapping your armchair, you notice that the poem really has its own rhythm and beat. Very good. So now, class, this activity will lead us to better understand how rhyme and meter help create rhythm, musicality, and meaning in poetry as we move on to our next lesson, which is all about rhyme and meter. So this will be our new lesson this morning. But before anything else, let us have first our learning objectives that needs to be attained this lesson. So everybody read. At the end of the lesson, students are expected to A. Define rhyme and meter in poetry. B. Analyze selected lines from the poem by identifying the rhyme and meter used. And C. Appreciate how rhyme and meter create rhythm and musicality in poetry. Are these learning objectives attainable, class? Okay, very good. It's good to hear that.
Okay, class, since you're done reading our learning objectives, now let us proceed with our next activity called Poetry Sound Discovery Chart. And let's go back to the selected lines from the poem. First, a poem must be magical. So here is the line. And now I'll be dividing you into 4 groups, and each group will receive the same Poetry Sound Discovery Chart. And all you have to do is to answer these following questions. Am I clear, class? Alright, so this will be your chart. So now, after you're done answering that activity, all you need to do is to have your representative to present here in front. Am I clear to you, class? Alright, start answering. Are you done, class? Alright, since you're done answering your activity, let us now start in presenting your answers. Alright? Very good. You were able to identify the right words and notice the rhythm in the poem while reading aloud. Okay, class, since we are through with our previous activity, let us now proceed with another activity. And this activity called Interpreting the Sound Patterns, which is we will analyze your answers a while ago. And we will start with the answers of Group 1. And let's start with the line 1. It must be slender as a bell and hold fire as well. Now, what words did you notice in the line? Alright, bell and bell. Are these words correct? Alright, yes, because bell and bell has the same ending sound. Now, did the line sound musical? So you answered yes, because you read it aloud. And did you notice rhythm or beat? Alright. the right words in this line? It's bows and rose. Because bows and rose have the same a sound. Bows and rose. Did the line sound musical? Yes. And did you notice rhythm or beat? Yes. Very good. The repeated ending sound make the poem musical, while the rhythm or beat makes it more expressive and enjoyable. Now that we have done analyzing your answers, let us now proceed. What is rhyme and meter all about?
Okay, so now class, we will now proceed to another type of activity which is called building the music of poetry. So class, throughout our activities, you discovered that the poem sounded musical because of the sound patterns. And class, that sound patterns is called rhyme and meter. So now, let us define what is rhyme and meter all about together with examples. So here, we have here rhymes. Okay, so listen carefully. So rhyme are the words with similar ending sounds. Okay, do you agree that rhyme are the words with similar ending sounds? So looking back on your past activities, just like for example, here in the selected lines from the poem, first, a poem must be magical by Jose Garcia Villa. We have here a line, a selected line, which is, it must be slender as a bell and hold fire as well. So if we're going to focus solely on this line, the rhyme words that can be found are the words bell and well, right? So if you read this aloud, you can identify what is the sound that is being repeated in the ending sound, in the end of the word, right? So bell and well. So the last sound or the ending sound of the both words is the sound of l, right? Bell and well. That's the example. Another, it must have the wisdom of bows and it must kneel like a rose. Now here in this line, you identify here the words that is bows and rose as the word that has the same similar ending sound. So they are considered as what? Rhyming words. So now let us identify what sound is common of these words. So the word is, everybody say bows. Okay? Everybody say rose. Okay, so the repeated ending sound is the sound s, right? So bows, rose. Okay, so that's what we call rhyme. You have to remember that rhyme is all about words with similar ending sounds. Okay, am I clear? Okay, very good. Now, how it affects the poem? Okay, makes the poem pleasant and musical. Do you agree that that the rhyme helped the poem to be more pleasant and musical? Yes, but it is more beautiful to hear. If magbasa na ang poem, then we can encounter those words that naa sila similar ending sounds, right? So that's what we call rhyme. Rhyme are the words with similar ending sounds. Now, class, let us identify what is meter. Okay, so meter, this is the beat or rhythm while reading aloud. So if you can still remember our past activities a while ago, I gave you a selected line from the poem. Okay, it's like for example, this lines. So here you can see the selected lines from the poem, and if you read this aloud, you will discover that these lines had a beat. Do you agree? No? By following or by pronouncing the words clearly. So just like for example, it must be slender as a bell. Diba? So what have you noticed while I am reading the line? It must be slender as a bell. So there are words that what? Yes, there are words that sound stronger and there are words that sound softer. No? It is because that meter class, it's all about the rhythm. It's all about how we read the lines or the poem. Now, how it affects the poem? So it affects poem. So because of the beat, because of the stress and unstressed syllables of the words, we can have a great flow and movement to the poem. So now class, since we are done discussing what is rhyme and meter all about, I have a few questions for you. So, how do rhyme and meter work together in poetry? Based on our past activities, based on our discussions here, how do rhyme and meter work together in poetry? Yes? Yes, very good. We made the poetry musical and more expressive, which is correct because again, through the rhyme, it makes the poem pleasant and musical, and through the use of meter, it will allow the poem to have a smooth flow and movement of the poem. So, are there any questions with regards our discussions about rhyme and meter? Okay class, you have to remember that in identifying the rhyme, you have to look for a word with similar ending sounds. Okay, those are the rhyming words. Okay, just like for example, the word well and well in this line. Now, when you talk about meter, you have to remember that this is all about the beat or rhythm of the poem while reading. So, just like for example, here, it must be slender as a bell. So, imagine, wala na siya ano. It must be slender. Wala siya. So, there is no beat. No? But because of meter, it is being emphasized that in reading this line, you have to observe the stress and unstressed syllable, or to make it more easier to understand, you have to observe how to produce the words that has stronger sound and softer sound. Okay, that's what we call meter. So now class, since you already learned how rhyme and meter create poetry musical and expressive, let us now apply your understanding by interpreting and performing the remaining lines of the poem as we move on to our next activity, which is called bringing the poem to life. So I will be showing you first the lines that you are going to answer. Okay, so this is the remaining lines of the poem. It must be able to hear the luminance of dove and deer. It must be able to hide what seeks like a bride. And overall, I would like to cover God smiling from the poem's cover. Now class, this is what you are going to do. I will be dividing you into two groups. The first group will be the rhyme identifiers, and the second group will be the meter performers. So for the rhyme identifiers, you have to read carefully these selected lines and put or identify the words that sounds similar in the ending sounds. Okay? By doing that, you will identify the rhyme. So you have to put these lines in a 1/4 sheet of paper, each group. Then you have to identify the rhyming words found in the line. Now here in the meter performers, what you are going to do is to read the stanza aloud expressively. So as what I have mentioned earlier, in identifying the meter, you have to emphasize or you have to read the lines aloud while identifying properly the softer sound and the stronger sound. So by that, you are going to identify the beat of the lines, right? So while doing that, you have also to observe the rhythm or beat while reading. And you have to answer these following questions for the meter performers. You have to identify which words sounded stronger while reading. Okay? Again, which words sounded stronger while reading. Next, how did the rhythm affect the poem? So those are the questions that you have to answer for the meter performers. So I will be giving you 5 minutes in doing the task. Then after that, one representative should come here in front and present your answers. So one representative
Okay.
Okay, thumbs up. Are you done, class? Okay, you may now present your answers here in front. Let's have the rhyme identifiers. Okay, very good. Let's give them a round of applause. Now for meter performers. Okay, very good. Thank you so much, class. Excellent work. So you were able to apply your understanding of rhyme and meters. It's good to see that you can now really identify what is rhyme, which is, sa ganito ang rhyme, it is the words with similar and make sounds. And a meter, these are the beat or rhythm that can be found while reading the lines. So are there any questions with regards to our discussions, class? Okay, can we now identify what is rhyme and meter all about? Very good. Now let's proceed to our next activity.
Now, class, to wrap up your understanding about our lesson today, let's have an activity called Complete the Thought. This activity, you will work together with your sibling and get one sheet of paper, and I want you to think individually and combine your answer to complete these sentences with your own understanding about rhyme and meter. So all you have to do is work together and answer this together. Am I clear? Alright, so I'll be giving you 5 minutes to complete these sentences. Okay, are you done, class? Alright, now pass your paper in front. Thank you. Are there any questions about our topic, rhyme and meter? Very good. Since none, we will now proceed with our quiz. So, I'll be giving you this test questionnaire, 10 items, and I want you to choose the best answer and in circle and choose the best answer. Am I clear? Okay. I'll be giving you 5 minutes to answer the 10-item question. Am I clear? Okay, you may start.
Please.
Are you through, class? Very good. Now pass your papers in front. Okay, are there any clarifications, violent reactions? Okay, since none, class, for your assignment, I want you to choose a short poem, 5 to 8 lines from a book or magazine or online source. Copy it in your notebook and answer the following. Identify the rhyming words in the poem. Write the rhyme pattern, if any, and choose 2 lines and mark the possible rhythm, beat, clapping pattern, and explain in 3 to 5 sentences. And 7, how does rhyme and rhythm affect the mood of the poem? Are my instructions clear, class? Okay, and submit it next meeting.